Hi, this is Slimedog.
And Topo.
And today we're playing Darksiders Genesis on the PS4.
Let's get some.
Well, yeah, because we've been playing this one for a while. It's actually a really cool local co-op game.
Obviously, almost 50 hours. So.
Apparently, yeah. Jeez, time sure flies. But yeah, we just wanted to sort of go over some of the basics and
some of the fun stuff that we like about it, and hints and things that might help.
Some of the sure wish I knew this when we started type stuff too. So.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
But yeah, it's a really cool game. Basically, it's got sort of this Diablo-esque aesthetic, but you play as the four horsemen for the council, and
but we're only playing as two.
Yes, you're only two of them, and you kind of rampage through hell and do demony stuff, and you're more or less chasing around this demon for the whole length of the game.
Now he just popped the second character. For me,
right.
I was initially I wanted to play as Strife because in the cutscene at the beginning of the game, I thought he was really snarky and fun. But
Deadpool-esque.
Yeah. But then, he couldn't pop the second character until halfway through the training, at the beginning area, and we couldn't change who we were. It seemed.
Until you get to one of these things.
Right.
And
which, I guess, I don't know. For whatever reason, I ended up being War. I then was like, nope, I'm staying War because I like it.
It's worth mentioning that Strafe is more of a ranged-based character, and War is more of a melee character, so...
Probably also I do tend to like further back, but I also like it doesn't matter.
So we're going to do, let's see, this level 2, because there's a couple things in level 2 that sort of caught us by surprise.
Let's see. Okay.
Like that sneeze there. And it's got a bit of backtrack involved if you're trying to get all of the secrets, and they sort of start with that on level 2. There's a couple of things that you can't reach right off the bat. You have to kind of get these tools, these utility items, later in the game and bring them back.
I forgot to double check on these, but basically the first one that we get is War's Vorpal Blade, and that's this one.
Yeah.
And then I can do things like lock onto, well, this isn't an actual fire that I can use, but I can lock on a fire and light torches with it. That took a little finagling getting used to it, but there you go. And then this bomb you need to open up, for example, this area, which then opens up this swirly thing, which you're like, no, don't do that. Yeah, but I was trying this.
At this point in the game, we've got all the weapons unlocked, and the static weapon you can buy in the shop is very quick out control. So as soon as you can buy the static shot for Strafe, you should. It clears out weenies like crazy. But here's the other one she was talking about, that purple swirl. That's one of my items here, the Void Bomb. You can throw a swirl onto that, and it kind of makes a portal out of it. But you can only make the portals, there we go, on the swirl.
Now, this is an item that Strife picks up. I think it's level 7, or maybe mine is level 7, which is this one, which is I wrote it down, Tremor Gauntlet, and it's on the same wheel as mine.
You won't have this the first time you go into the level.
So when you first walk in, you're like, what are these things? Wait, you're gonna get me up. Oh, the Vorpal.
Yeah, I gotta, as soon as I could.
Or your Void Bomb.
You're gonna leave me on the screen. This is... Like, the camera keeps pulling me off the bottom of the screen.
That's okay. They keep popping over, so...
Yeah.
They want some of this action. We are on Apocalypse level at this point because...
Right, and yeah, when they've got the little circle over the head, you can do the finisher moves on them.
That's different. That's always available. Pick up the core.
Well, and here are the cores that you pick up. This is sort of the,
You didn't show the cores.
Let me get you up first.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're done. But I'll show this part.
Here, now you can go through the portal.
So that's what this one does. Then he'll show the core thing, but...
Okay, yeah, the cores, basically, creatures drop cores, and the cores, like, let's see, like, each type of creature will drop a core, but you need to get multiples of them to, well, let's see if I pull this out here, I can see the list. You need to get multiples of them, like 30 or 50 or whatever, to actually level them up to level 3 for all of them. Each core has a different
There's one that's
effect.
a level 1. Back there was a level 1, so it showed, like, see, here's those are the things you get for it. We need to get 6 more to get that to level 2, blah, blah, blah.
And there's also 3 types of cores. There's...
Attack,
you know them.
wrath, and health.
Yes.
And
Attack is sword, wrath is little square thing, health is hearts. And basically, your grid has... each of these slots is slotted for one type. You can stick the other type in there, but if you do, only one of the two, only Strafe or War, will benefit from it, not both of them. So it behooves you, if you're trying to... especially if you're playing 2-player, you want to line up the slot type with the core that you're using. And towards the bottom, there's a bunch of kind of wild ones where you can do any type in here. There's no any of the 3 types will work for it.
Either on the left and right there, those orange ones, those are extras we opened at the end. That one and the one over on the right that's got the heart in it.
Yeah.
Those 2 we opened at the end of the game with, again.
Abyssal Armor.
And now when we first started, we were slotting whatever we could because you only had so many, but we currently have everything because we've gone through the whole game. We've fought every type of mob. But here's the...
And once you get enough of them, you can start optimizing towards the way you play. So, let's see. So, are you doing the bottom?
Show the cores again real quick. One thing we were wondering was, like, okay, like, look on the... This gives you anarchy from builds 2.5% faster. How much is that? Well, one thing that Slime figured out was if you take out your main one there, and then go back here and put it up, and there it is.
You can see how much of a stat bump you get from any of these in green.
All the cores.
But it's a little bit awkward in the sense that you have to kind of unslot it to see what it looks like. And also, there's no way to kind of see all the ones that are slotted on a list. So it's
a little bit hinky. This
the
slotting
UI is a bit awkward, is what it boils down to. It's a cool system. It's
fine.
Really great. We had a great time messing with it as we played, but it's a little bit rough.
I was gonna leave.
Grab the bomb.
You grab the bomb.
I'll grab a bomb.
What do you want the bomb for?
Sure.
Oh. Is there another one?
Oh, you didn't see it. It's up here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's right.
Okay, and that's pretty much like the last of the secrets in this area. So, well, in this first chunk.
It was no. Wait, up there was another boatman coin. Right. I forgot. Oh, here, let me pull this guy. Show him where the boatman coin was.
I did. I just opened it up.
No.
Oh, on the column, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, there's...
I was trying to move it along.
Up on top of this column, you can see right there's another boatman coin. We got it, so it shows up as white.
I launched him, and he jumped up there. And,
also worth mentioning is the Jester's... Jester door? Yeah. Trickster door.
Trickster doors take Trickster Keys. Oh, is this one a Trickster door?
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
well, let's show that. I forgot about that.
It basically, the Trickster Keys are these purple keys you find hidden around levels.
It says here, this one requires 1 key. Some of them require up to 3 keys. We've already done all of them, so even though it says it requires 1 key, we've already slotted that key.
It doesn't actually, yeah.
It doesn't take an actual key. And you get stuff like...
My chest.
Now, we've already opened it, so the stuff that you get from it is... Oh, I walked right into it.
Yeah, generally you just get kind of temporary items, ammo and life and wrath. But for the most part, they're good to get. The limbo chests on the map are the only ones that drop cores. They'll drop creature cores for you. So those are especially cool to get if you're doing multiple playthroughs. But like these guys, you can open them. They respawn every time you come to the level because they just give you, well, in this case, souls, which is bad.
Oh, there's another creature. Burn the extra, once you, Also, it shows in here the various types. The legend on the right is very helpful, and it shows all the stuff. You can see, we've pretty much cleared the level previously.
Yeah.
And we're mainly just going through it this time to do the Apocalypse trophy.
Right. Boatman's coins and souls are the 2 kind of main currencies in the game. But this is... There's like...
You can show back at the hub.
These little dots here, like this was a Boatman's coin. I think this one was too.
Yeah.
Boatman's coins are generally harder to get, but you still get plenty of them to buy everything in the game and then some. So don't worry about,
You have to go through the whole thing.
You do.
It helps. And it gets tricky. We'll show you back at the main hub. I'll show you that it gets a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Some of them. Some of them are exceptionally challenging. Some of them are just like you have to walk a little bit off to the side.
By the way, one thing that wasn't really clear at the start of the game is I've been using the shadow clone a lot. At the start of the game, it's just like an extra guy who's a distraction. It wasn't, I didn't think, super useful. But now that we've got it powered up, you want to see the map?
No. There's soul things on the side here.
Yeah, you can see where we got the Jester's Key originally. Trickster's Key. And I keep calling Boatman's coins Beastman's coins, too. I don't know why.
Oh.
Wrong button.
Oh, all the time. Oh, this is what you did. I don't know. I don't think I can log on to it. No.
That's a lot of souls.
Yeah, those things drop souls. There's a side quest to get that, and then here's where the Trickster's Key is. It's also worth, let's see, in the map screen, if you do R1 a couple of times, you can see the sub-quests available in the mission. Those will get you extra souls and currencies. Sometimes they lock achievements. It's other things to watch out for, optional goals.
Show the quest log too once we finish this one.
Still good. 12 guys at once. This electric guns. But it's not the best for bosses, by the way. It's one of the big attacks that I've got, which looks amazing.
Yeah, but it built up your thing.
It does, yeah.
Oh.
The other option you have is caltrops, which you throw a bunch of... It throws little spiky things that explode on the ground.
You don't
they're
take
not
damage
great.
from it.
Yeah. But, well, they're okay, honestly. You can make them better with stat improvements, so maybe if you've got them spec'd out, then you can get more mileage out of them behind it.
So on this one, by the by, and this is again, you just shot a soul thing over on the right. Is that what happened?
Yeah, soul cache on the right.
I targeted these. Okay, R2 lights up my gauntlet, what is this one? Vorpal blade.
Vorpal blade.
And L2 targets. It took me forever. There was a tutorial when I first got the weapon, but I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then I can't go back. I don't know if we figured out how to go back, and once you see the tutorial, you can't really see it. Oh yeah, and then quests. Show the quests too.
This
So at any rate, it took
list
some.
of the side quests.
It took some doing to do, but at any rate, that's those some of the quests when you look at the map that show that. And you're just looking at it.
Well, I'm looking for to find where you can see the
So
tutorials after you unlock
these
them,
have
but I guess not.
missions and side missions, but the quest log has other things on top of that. So if you look through in an area, so you can, if you want to fully complete an area as much as you can.
These type of things they have here are little discussion pickups that are just story related. You get both your guys on them and hit the button, and it'll give you a little cutscene.
Why would I give up?
Oh
The
yeah,
cutscenes
wait,
are
let me get the
hilarious.
bats before you jump down.
Okay, they're not really hilarious. It's not supposed to be a hilarious game,
That means-
but
Get the bats before, that's fine.
Okay.
I have to go over there
go
anyway.
ahead.
Under the grate. Think that's Volcrum's artifact?
One of the optional things for this quest is getting bats.
There's the, and just so you know, there,
When is it?
You can see them on the
I'm
right
gonna
side of the
target-
screen at the top. You can see one of the bats there.
where's he not? It's
Can we get him? There you go.
There it is.
Um,
There, wait, hold on, there's another one over here.
yeah.
But you have to get 5 of them, but you can't get them unless you know what you're looking for. And there's one over on this side and one over on this side. But
Got him.
oh,
This icon right here is the map. If you pick this up, it'll fill in the rest of the map and put all the icons on. We've already gotten it, obviously. But
yeah, the treasure map thing. That's helpful
yeah.
because while we were looking at the map previously, initially we wouldn't have seen all of these little icons on it until you pick up this thing, and then it shows you where all the little icon things are. So.
it'll fill the icons in if you get really
As you get
close,
it,
or if you
get it,
actually.
yeah.
But it's much easier once you get that. So keep an eye on those for every level. That's like one of the things we like to see on a new level.
Yeah, some of them are.
Now, if you note on these little like kind of razors, these little cauldrons full of ash, generally that's a cue that War is going to have to light them on fire with the Vorpal Blade instead of lighting himself on fire. With the
Sorry.
Vorpal Blade.
I wasn't lighting myself on fire.
Getting this up, getting those spikes to go in so you can grab onto that ledge and get yourself over was one of the biggest tricky parts that took us forever to figure out.
And we're showing this level because you cannot completely clear this level until you have hit level 11. You have to go to level 11 to get the last
tool. And level 11.
And that's for
Strife. I get the ether spark here, so that's what this is right here.
I have to light the torches.
You have to light the torches. Here's a chest, by the way. This is one of those rainbow chests that drops creature cores. I love these. They're my favorite chests because I was collecting creature cores like mad. At this point, we've got the creature cores, many of them maxed out. So see how she's taking the fire from one torch to another to open it up.
And I showed you at the beginning how some of them are not.
And here's what the ether core looks like. Ether spark looks like. But
well, you don't have to do it either.
This
but
is what
basically,
does the spikes. It's not that bad actually. It's just right over here. And see that opens up this so that you can actually get up here.
So you can jump up there and get.
This is the missing part. We spent forever trying to figure out how to get those spikes to go in because we didn't have the core yet. So don't worry about it until you clear level 11.
And basically,
you're not gonna be able to get it.
Right. And I feel like level 7, you or I got one of ours, and level 11 was the last one, which was the ether spark.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't fret over it. Getting everything.
Another kind of hint that's easy to forget about: the hand. You can use this the spectral hand to grab bombs at range and throw them. Early on, I kind of forget about it, but
that you had to do that.
I need you to get that. Yeah, you need to do this.
So some bombs. This is the other thing that we found. Some bombs are timed. You grab it and it will explode, whether or not, whatever.
In a few seconds, yeah.
Others, I have to light with a torch, so before it'll explode. So that's what. So you have to have a torch nearby. Blah, blah,
and now that she's lit the bomb on fire, this rune comes up, and the rune is what we need to clear the level.
To turn, you need to do.
You have to deactivate all the runes. Yeah. 2 down, 2 to go.
If you're wondering why I'm not using my health when I'm low on health, I've got a skill that. You want to go this way first?
Okay, sure.
I've got a skill that
I think we should
heals.
go this way first.
Okay. I don't care which way you go first.
Well, that way also progresses. No, it doesn't. We have to come back to the middle, don't we?
Here. Get the back. Oops, I did that.
You got it. Okay, I didn't even know. Do you see the bat?
No, but I know that. I don't know where it is. I just know that it's over here somewhere. And I was able to snag it by, because we were so worried. But I think it came back through a second time once we realized what we were looking for. Every level has not every level. Some of the levels have some really fun little, like one of them, on the first level you have to get those, what are they, slagging, they're slagging on their duties, please?
Slacking off, yeah.
Slacking off, yeah. Slacking off, please. That's I'm gonna heal myself one move for the damage I do, and that's because I've leveled it up, it's not because
We've got 6 different ammo types for Strafe, and War's got 6 different elemental types for his specials. Once you fill up your anarchy form, you can turn into a giant beast. Eventually, this unlocks at a certain level.
Oh wait, he's done.
You can also do your anarchy form a second time to turn it off and conserve energy. There's a soul cache.
Crap, I just jumped off. I forgot we went the wrong way.
This way, up here.
Oh, there it is, okay.
And then here's the last
The
room
jumping
need.
is, just like this. Instead of pushing up, just jump straight up, because otherwise you just fling yourself off there. So for that one, because again, I've leveled it up, I do, for the damage I do, I heal. So it's great when I have like a bunch of little pesky stuff around.
It also launches people over the edge, which
That's
is a
also
great way to do
helpful.
damage.
Particularly mine, I'm kick me up. The Trickster fight. Just FYI.
He's a bonus boss, a super
At
boss.
the way at the end, and he fights, no matter what level you are, he fights you at Apocalypse level, so.
Yeah.
The buttons are also overloaded, so I end up a lot of times accidentally hitting the "Hey, let's trade places" button when I'm trying to just do my special.
Yeah.
So
the game gives you a lot of options as far as utility and moves, which is cool, but it also means that the control scheme is a bit overloaded sometimes, so.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry. Oh, it was just this.
Yeah.
I thought I teleported us. I was like, oh my god, I just sent us off by accident. I was hitting the circle because that popped up.
Getting killed because of nothing.
Well, it's hard to, again, you can't stop asking for it.
At this point, most of the cores we've got full up to level 3, so it converts all the cores to souls, and we've got nothing to spend the souls on at this point. So.
Oh, that's what we need to show the. We'll show you where the souls and boatman coins come into.
Can we jump up from here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back to the middle.
We'll go over to this side. We picked this level because it is an earlier level that you might spend quite. There's a boatman coin there. You can see the shadow.
Yeah, it's easy to spend a lot of time here, especially if
Initially,
you're trying to
when
get
you're
all
like-
these secrets
right.
and you can't open them up because you haven't unlocked all the tools yet.
Circle to drop
Oh,
down there.
Watch out for the timing base.
Oh
spikes.
yeah, the spikies. Yeah, we spent a fair bit of time trying to figure out how to open puzzles and stuff because we don't generally go online for hints or whatever until we've really exhausted whatever. So I thought that was you. Oh, you're back. Oh no.
Yeah.
I can, but I'm waiting to clear it off a little bit. Maybe still all my health, buddy.
One of the things, using the quick wheel to switch weapons, especially with Strife, is pretty essential. Less of an issue with War, but I guess you still need to switch your abilities on the fly from time to time.
Sometimes, so it's on this. Let's see, L1 and then stick. And I'm personally a fan of the death touch, especially in areas where we have large amounts of
Trash mobs.
I had to physically pick up those extra health bottles there.
Because we probably had
No, we only had 3. Now I've got 5. So.
You gonna open
Usually,
that thing? Why you just ran right by your crystal?
I'm sorry, I forgot about it. I forgot. So I switch over to my
Tremor Gauntlet.
Tremor Gauntlet, and this is
Boom, and that was the Trickster Key. Yeah.
Vorpal Blade. I love the Vorpal Blade. I have a lot of fun with it. I use it for things like this.
Hold on.
So grab the bomb, toss the bomb. Hey.
Also the direction.
I use the Vorpal Blade. It's handy, particularly, and we're gonna after this show you the arena fights. When you're trying to find that last guy on stage, and you're like, "Where is he?" Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it gets. I find the Vorpal Blade to be handy. Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
Hi, Cat. Are you asking for something? I fed you already. So.
Same thing with the static gun for Strafe does the same kind of tool too. Like because it kind of sweeps and locks onto enemies. If he's just off screen, you can't see him. It's a good way to figure out where the last enemy is.
Okay, as a FYI, if you don't see the R2 button before you hit it, in my case, I end up doing my. Oh, come on! Oh, I thought I missed it again.
Good to go.
Yeah. And
Okay,
boss
gotta
fight.
kill this dude. Oh, it's this roller guy.
target.
Okay, let's do your big thing.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, we'll be here.
So there's that, L1, then R2. L1, R2, and it opens up my big guy here, which you get by building up your rat. But if you wanted to cut out of it early because you did it and then whoever died, just go ahead and hit L1, R2 again. And we found that if you do L1, then R2, it seems like.
Yeah, start with the L1 button, and it's like
I sometimes will do the special. It gives you a moment of invincibility, so in cases where they're gonna, you know, throw bombs at you or they explode when they die or whatever. It's helpful if you use a circle to finishing move.
yeah, you get more pickups if you use the circle moves.
But it gives you a moment of invincibility.
I think that big pink thing I shoot is the world ender.
Yeah, I think
that
that's
special, which isn't bad. It's great for hitting a bunch of guys, but it doesn't do as much damage as I'd like.
yeah, but it builds up your stamina like crazy, which you need to do for your.
Yeah. That the shadow.
Yeah, we found those to be, and once you level them up, which was a former rating level up?
Yeah,
you got benefits from the
creature
core,
cores were necessary to level that up.
which really helped that a lot.
Things that are good for bosses are the charge shot and the flame shot. The flame shot does DOT, it kind of sets them on fire and does extra damage for a little bit. And the charge shot is you can charge it up for 3 seconds to do pretty good damage. It's like a, you know, the single target big hit that you get for bosses. Also, in situations like this, it wouldn't be bad to use the static shot too to crowd control. Some of the other guns you have are the which basically drops more life orbs.
Which is helpful at times.
Yeah, if you're low on life, it's a great way to go up and hurry, but it's just not the real thing per se.
No, but it does help build the board with orbs, which is helpful.
There's a beam shot, this guy, which is great early on for like kind of just sweeping rooms, but as soon as you get the static shot, it's pretty much replaced by the static shot. It's not as good as for clearing out rooms as the static shot is. And the gravity shot, I'm not a fan of, but it throws it up.
You're gonna rip off his roller, hit him with it because why not? I love it. Look at all. Oh my gosh, it threw me off the edge. Sure, it's like it exploded off the edge. Oh, just to the edge then. And there's his creature core, which is a major course for Slag Demon. We now have 2 of 3.
One more, and we'd actually have that capped, I guess.
Nice.
No, we've got more than 2 actually. It took us 3 to get to level 2, and now we're at level 2, and
Wonder what this thing's really worth.
one more will max us out at level 3.
Thanks.
We could convince Vogel.
So that's that.
Okay.
And then we can now
That's what
waiting
level
on
2
it's
looks
your-
like, and we can go back to
And
the hub.
we wanted to show you that one because we did spend way longer our first time through, even our second time, because I was like, okay, I've got my Thunder Gauntlet, I can launch you up there finally. And then it was like, oh wait,
We still didn't have
the Ether Core, which
the Ether
basically,
Core.
so essentially, wait till level 11, get your Ether Core. At that point, you'll have all of your Void Bomb, Ether Core, and Thunder Gauntlet. Tremor Gauntlet. I keep calling it Thunder. Tremor Gauntlet. Now, roaming around here, you can just, from any of these summoning stones, you can go to the shops.
Which isn't available right off the bat, but
she is after level.
She is after level, yeah, 2
1 or
pretty
2?
quick.
Yeah.
Volgrims, you can buy items, upgrades, and creature cores. And once you buy them, they're pretty much purchased, except for at the very bottom, you'll start unlocking these randomized ones, which I believe you can buy forever, but I think once you've got all of the cores you need from a category, it shows up as purchased, so you know you don't have to buy anymore. So I could go through and buy a ton of these. And
so that common one is purchased because you've already gotten
all the common cores,
of that type. That's helpful.
Which is a really helpful way to keep you from buying stuff forever.
Or just getting random stuff that you don't need when you've already cleared that section of cores.
Right. Disc, you can buy combo upgrades that'll let you upgrade, like give you extra moves for your basic combo sets. So
and I'm gonna show them Disc.
Okay.
Disc is over here.
I'll show Vulgrim over on the left. Disc is this cool looking. She's got like 6 arms. She's kind of awesome.
She's really fun, and that's Disc. And she's over here. There's a book you can add. It adds info to the book.
You'll find the items around that you can pick up as you clear levels.
And this orb, I think, I feel like you could put something in there.
Vulgrim's on this side. You talk to him a lot of times for story-related things.
Here, on this one, you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
And there's the Trickster door. You have to do every Trickster door on every level to get that to open.
There's 12, including one hidden here in the void, that you need to unlock to
access that. And he is a hard fight, so don't even think about bothering it. Well, I mean, you have to go through the whole game once at least.
You're probably going to want to have
anyway.
all of your cores filled out and be in a really good shape for endgame before trying to tackle him. He's
also,
tricky.
I want to show, like over here, here's a boatman coin. This area, when you first come in, is one way, but as you play through the game, it changes a little bit. And you want to come over here and scope it because it's altering as you play. So you can wait until the end. We did it a little bit initially. I'll be with you in a sec. We did a little bit initially, but we waited towards the end. We came back in, and it was basically a whole bit like other game. It was like
There's
you did
a ton of content hidden in the void. Very, very challenging, kind of
exceptional,
difficult stuff to do to clear all the stuff out of the void. So,
but it's super fun. Do I have to be over there? You can do the thing. So, but check it out. It's really fun. Here's the other section. Is the arena.
This is a great way to grind creature cores and get stuff that you need.
One of the first one we opened in after these open by chapter.
Yeah.
They start chapters 1 through all of the chapters.
Yeah.
But then these other ones that are just
pretty early on, you'll
Revenge
unlock.
of the Fleas opens up.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much once you've done that, you'll be covered for a while.
Yeah, this one has the highest AP cap of any of them in the game, and you want to do this as soon as you can because you gain rewards based on the AP that you get. Okay.
So like that first level we got like a reward. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
How fun! But then we did this one, and it was like
and you get
all
like
the previous levels.
20 awards. Yeah.
We just did them for the sake of doing them.
In
but
fact,
we've already done them.
you won't get any more rewards until you unlock the endless one, and you can play as long as you want and get as high as you need.
Which you don't do until you finish
so
the game.
honestly, like Revenge of the Fleas is what's going to get you all of the rewards up until you unlock
the game,
endless and do the rest of them.
Yeah. Which is fun. It's a great way to fill out cores that if you're missing any creature cores, or if you're like, I love the Grinner core, and there's a couple of those there that have Grinner.
Yeah.
And so
it
if you
shows
want
you which cores drop in which arenas, so that you can focus on a particular core that way.
I think it's the square button shows that you've got.
But here we're going to...
Which creatures are going to be in that.
Well, I'll do this real quick. I believe it's because it's based on the number of monsters, and because this one has a lot of fleas, that's why it has so many. But the score isn't based on anything else. It's not based on how much damage you take or what time it is. It's just literally the monsters in the level. So your score is always going to be the same for each level. I guess in that sense, there's no point in rushing or anything else. Just be careful, take your time, and kind of work your way through it.
There's just a ton of them. And that's why I find my Vorpal Blade to be handy, because I just target, stand back, kill them all, target, stand back.
Static Shock is broken to this level. You hit 8 fleas at once.
So
I think you've got a static ability too. It doesn't have the same anti-crowd. I'm not sure if it has the same anti-crowd ability. The chain lightning thing is really what does it in static. It just, you shoot something and it links to all the other close guys. You see we're kind of plowing through waves. I think the last wave for the standard one is level 10. Once you get to the endless...
You can go as long as you want.
You can go as high as you want, yeah, but every 5th level will be a mini-boss, and every 10th level will be a big boss. So save your points and whatnot for that.
Your big guys.
Yeah, energy modes, all that stuff. Save it. We haven't... Well, actually, this shouldn't be bad. The arena doesn't actually scale to difficulty, so even though we played the story levels in Apocalyptic, the arenas are still going to be...
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're set. Also, when you pick up loot, the other player gets the benefit if they get shared, so it doesn't matter who picks up loot. Well, who picks up power-ups, yeah. On the downside, if you're playing multiplayer, only player one gets the trophies and ships.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing. So if you look at the box, we're playing on the PS4. Sorry. I was in... We're playing on the PS4. If you look at the box, it says 1 player. I was worried that I...
PS1 Series X.
It says 1 player on the box. So we were like, cool, whatever. Until our friends were like, no, actually it is a 2-player game. So,
yeah.
And they were like, and you will love it. And they were correct, because we are, I liken it to a colorful Diablo, but, it's a fun game. We really enjoy it. It's got checks all of our boxes.
Yeah, and we probably wouldn't have given it the time of day if we were just paying attention to the back of the box, because
I had no way of knowing it was actually a 2-player game. But because I think they added that in, I guess player 2 gets screwed in the face.
Well, a lot of games do that, basically,
Yeah,
where it doesn't track the
not
profile and progress for both players separately. Player 2 is just kind of blomping on the player 1's game.
Yeah, we do always, whenever we do find a game that will do it, we are always like, yeah, I guess we'll do it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The red circle that I just did there is the, hey, let's trade places button thing that I was talking about. To get out of it, just hit X. Yes, I'm moving just a second. I'm using this. Sit, Amanda. Yes. Provide lap for me to sit on. You see?
Okay, here's wave 10, boss wave. So, big form. I turn into this giant Gatling gun. Basically, I've got melee moves too, but as far as I can tell, I do more damage if I just straight shoot with it all the time. So, I can also do a sword nail attack.
I do this similar to I feel I haven't completely harnessed it all I can do.
Yeah, I wasn't using those tools in the historical break. But it's actually, a lot of times, the game itself is pretty easy until you get to the higher levels, the post-game stuff. Then you really are pushed to kind of optimize.
It shows 18 to 87 and quick so that we can get the...
Oh, right.
There, 22, 537, time 524. Alright. Not too shabby.
But there you go. That's pretty much the bulk of the game in a nutshell. I mean, all the different features it's got. It's a really cool game, especially if you like local co-op.
Oh, I wanted to show one little thing. You don't have to go, but I do want to show. This game is fun. I love the music, love everything about it. But my favorite thing, one of our... Okay. Level 14. This level is just super fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, whatever, but the music, the vibe about it, the vibe, I can't, because I'm not the party leader. I'm player 2.
Party leader walked out. Yeah, actually, oddly, for for some reason, Player 14 is definitely our favorite level. It's just
level
really well
14.
designed. It's got a cool aesthetic to it, and the
I don't know,
music
the
is
music is just really cool.
oddly awesome, like way better than the rest of the game. So
I don't know. The rest of the game has great music.
You're right,
There's
the rest of the
nothing
game
wrong
does have
with it.
great music,
It's just that
but-
we both were like, yeah, I could just like hang.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just like hang here for a while. Let's do that.
Yeah,
it
I
sounds
wish the
very,
arena
like...
music was this instead of the boring old arena tune that it does.
Okay, he was doing all that wishing stuff. I like the rest of the game just perfectly peachy, but I am a big fan of this level, this sound on this level.
Yeah.
I mean, and the vibe of it all.
If it ever loads.
It takes a bit.
It does. The load times are bad, but they're also only when you launch the levels. It doesn't like
Not in game,
pause.
not in the yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't pause in the levels to load up more chunks, so it's
We did
nice
a
that
couple
it's
of
at least
times get a
front-loaded.
little sluggish. Our friends got they had an issue with their Switch, but this was able to handle it.
Yeah, I can imagine how Switch might kind of chug on this because it seems like a relatively demanding game. Like the graphics are great.
Yeah, and again,
I can see why it would really need to.
Forces approach.
Yeah. But there you go.
we're not going to play through this level. I just wanted to show you the if you get into here,
That's Darksiders Genesis. It's awesome, and give it a shot.
it's a big.
Moving the heck out of it.
Show the whole. It's a big map. There's a lot of areas, but
Yeah, a lot of secrets.
but yeah, I hope you give it a chance, especially if there's a pair of you that can play together. I think it would be fun as a single player, but it's really fun as a two-player. Obviously, it's fun as a single player because tons of people. And
Yeah.
the previous Darksiders games are also just a single player.
They're single players, yeah, and a different genre entirely. So this is definitely different than the
Sort
other
of
ones.
standalone of the Darksiders games. But good job. Kudos to the developers and makers of this. Thank you for making such a fun co-op-y game.
And thanks for joining us.
Consider the getting a second player trophy thing going on. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.